So both my parents are vets and they've always been small animal general practitioners, and so all of the kids in my family, when we turned 12, we started working as kennel hands. So every Saturday morning I was in for 5 hours, cleaning cages, looking after animals, and we always had animals at home. The reason I applied and decided to go into vet school was seeing how happy my parents were working in the job, how much fun it was working with animals and their owners, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do. I studied at Sydney University, so I spent 6 years over there, and then I spent a bit of time working in some large emergency centres as a nurse while I was finishing my degree. So working as a veterinary nurse for a while also meant that I've been exposed to all the different parts of practice. And I also worked in some specialist practices over there, which is a really high level of medicine, and I knew that's this level of care that I wanted to be able to provide to my patients. I've also spent a few years working in the United Kingdom, and so I've worked in 20 or 30 practices, so I have a really broad understanding. Everything from emergency centres to general practice to even teaching at the veterinary universities in London. So Mum and Dad were coming to the end of their careers and we started talking about the future for the practice and what our hopes and dreams were, and I had really come to love running the practice. I'd been really involved in management before they decided to retire, and I really knew where I wanted to take the practice and what sort of care I wanted to provide for our patients, and so it was a fairly natural step for me to take over the running of the practice from them. We've always been a family-run practice and we still run exactly the same way. Even as we get bigger, we're still friends. Everybody's part of the team and works together. We all socialise together, and that's so important for me. We all spend so much time at work that if we weren't really happy here and really enjoying ourselves, it'd be much tougher. Well, I've grown up always having pets, and I've got pets of my own, and I understand the critical position that pets play in our life. They're not something that lives outside anymore. They're a central part of the family, and I love being able to look after people's family members and be involved. And a really scary time for a lot of people is when their pet's getting sick. So being able to be there for them then and walk them through it is really important to me. These guys can't tell us when they're not feeling well, and so that's my job, is to be able to highlight that for people and be able to help them. So that's the important part of my role that I love. We've been in the community here in Tree Gully for 30 years. We've been family owned. We have 35 employees now. Most of them live in the area, and I know what a critical role that is. I'm really proud of how big a hospital we've been able to become, but I still want people to know that we've got that really personal touch. We are a family here. If there's ever a problem at the end of the day, they can always get me on the phone, and that's a level of accountability that's just not available for a lot of vets.